Hi guys, it's me, Kim from Kim's Nifty Crafts. Now I've been thinking about this. I've been really thinking hard on what challenge I want for my 100 subby giveaway. Now, it has to do with fences. You can make it homemade. I'd rather it be made homemade, but I like all fences. It can be any kind of fences too. There's that one. And there's this one. Let me get a piece of paper to put behind it so you can see the color better. Bear with me, I'm getting it. I already know. I'm getting some construction paper. Alright. Now, by the way, I use construction paper on things too. So this one is made with matchsticks, which it takes long. Sorry about that. But this one's made with matchsticks. I made that chest with the 9 drawers in it. I had to do something with the matchsticks, so this is what I come up with the matchsticks. Now, you can make them close together, which I kind of like this. This is the one I'm going to start to make. And it's the same way you make this one, but it's smaller. It just takes a little longer because you got to put more on. So I will show you how to do this one, and you just use the same thing as this one, okay? But the challenge is, now, using fences. It can be decorate a bottle, decorate a candlestick. If you have a wooden candlestick, it would be really cool. Now, what I mean by using fences, be creative. Like, it can be either these small ones here or these big ones. These are my jumbo craft sticks. Oops, wrong end. Bear with me, people. And see the difference? There's a difference in the size. They can either be made with these, okay? Now, you can leave them whole and make a sign with these. You can make this just a little bit longer in between and make a sign, have charms hanging off of it. You can also stamp on them, paint them, do whatever you want. But I want, this is my challenge right here. Yeah. See what you can create. Look, by fence with these. And PM me if you would like to send them to me, and I will send you the information. So, yeah, you'll get some really good goodies. Because I just went and got a bunch of stuff. Plus, I make stuff. I like to send homemade gifts when I do my giveaways. It's got to be homemade. So, and then other extra goodies. But, I hope you join me in this challenge, and I will show you how to start this. Now, I take a whole one and I cut them in half. I do it with these. I have a Dremel that I'm going to use on my next batch, but I already did these. So, and when using a Dremel, you're not going to get the splinters and stuff off of it. I have fine sandpaper that was given to me by a friend, and So I'm going to use it until I run out, and then I'll get a rougher tie. But this is actually makes it so smooth on the bottom. So in case somebody picks it up or something, you're not going to get poked or anything. This is really fine paper. And let me see if I can find one to tell you what grit it is. Well, I will, 400 grit. Here, I'll show you. 400. Okay? Takes a little longer, but it gets it smooth. And then, what I do is I take the side that we cut and I just run it straight over it. And you put a little bit of pressure on it, it happens a little faster. And these don't have to be perfect. Mine are far from perfect. You sand the bottom and then I turn it to the side and I sand the side off because it has splinters on it too. So that's that. That's how you do that. Now, I'm going to be working on this for a while. You don't have to make as many, just much for the... so these are the ones that I've already sanded, and I'm only going to do 2 or 3. So you'll get the... I love doing this, making everything from scratch. Fiona has really got me doing that big time. Why go out and buy it when you can make it with just the simplest things? Now this gauge of wire is 26 gauge. And I think I'll do a small one this time because you can use, let's see, I'll do them about that size because you can use these on cards. You can use these on anything. You can use it like for a garden and make a little one and stand behind the garden and, you know, put a little bitty pots on it like Jan did. Her channel was Greyhound Part 1. Wonderful, wonderful crafter. Love her, love her, love her. Fiona is just amazing. And so y'all just go over there and check it out. What I did, and Fiona has an Etsy store and she sells some wonderful things too. And y'all need to go over to Stephanie McFry. She is lovely. I could just go on and I will be mentioning a lot of people because there's a lot of techniques that I've learned from a lot of them. And I learned them from them, so therefore they get the credit for it. So, but this here, I've done this when I was a little kid. And I'm sure a lot more other people have done it. I keep the rounded part because it's more of the shabby chic, Victorian. And then when I get the jewelry, I'll do another video of a different style, which I can cut and make shapes into it, like a little finial. And so, but anyway, let's get on with this one. I'm just a rambling. Let's measure this. Let's see. 7, so it's 14 inches long. And I don't measure. I don't measure at all, because once you start getting used to making them, then you kind of know. So, but that's 14 inches long, and you fold it in half. And then I squeeze down on it right here. And then what I do, because it makes it easier, and you guys might want to just take the pliers and do it, but I always start it with my fingers. And I just pinch it between my fingers. Now 26 gauge wire will still break. It's not weak, but it's not strong either. So the more you put tension on it, it's just like any other wire, it's going to stretch and break. So I grabbed the wrong ones on that. There they are. I was using my cutters to twist that. But you want to make it tight to where it's not going to slide around. Okay? And you'll learn how far you want to go. So what I do now, being I did this, I just squeezed them together and I'm going to push it up because I'm going to do the bottom one now. So I'm going to measure out 14, oops, no slumber one, 14 more inches. And what I've had is, whoops, I don't know if you can see this because it's out of screen, but it's 14 inches long. Gee, if I can keep a hold of it. It's just fine with me. Okay, 14. So I'll cut it there. And you really don't have to get it perfect, because you can get it as long as you want. I do this because I don't want to waste my wire. But, you know, when you first start out, do a couple of them and be comfortable. Shoot, have fun with it. See, and I take my time. I don't want to rush, because who wants to learn somebody that's just going to rush right through it and fast forward and all that, which I have no problem with because I still watch it. But I just, old school girls, old school guys, old school. Okay, so I got that kind of tight with my fingers, and I did it how far I want it to go, but I'm going to tighten this twist too when I use the pliers, so it'll shrink down even more. So you'll learn on how wide you want it. Some varies. I get them wide, I get them close together, and just like this one is close together, and then it gets wider. But after a while, I haven't done this since I was a kid, so I'm going to have to get back in it. So after I do it for a while, and this was the first one I made. So, I mean, you've seen the other ones, they're further apart and stuff. But you kind of, you know, get used to it. But I usually get, about 1/4 of an inch. Yes, it's about 1/4 of an inch. And don't get used to me knowing fractions and stuff, because I don't know the ones in between 1/4, 1/8, so on and so forth. But anyway, so I'm tightening this down, and it just shrinks down a little bit, that's all. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to turn it down, because I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to go back up to the top. So I'm going to straighten this up. And I see that it's a little loose, so I'm going to tighten that up just a little bit more. It's all by trial and error. Don't feel afraid. Don't be afraid to make a mistake, or, you know, hey, everything's fixable. If not, try again. And that's still not tight enough, so here we go. Alright, that's tight enough for me. The more it gives like that, the more wear it gets on the wire, and the wire can weaken. And the more you bend this after you get them done, I mean, don't cut it before you know what you're going to do with it, because, or bend it, because, you know, I'm not saying it's going to do it on the first and second, because I've been the ones you've seen maybe 3 or 4 times. But, you know, now they're laid straight out, and I've got a place for them, a proper place. So I'm going to take my second one, and what I did here is I split these 2 in half, and I pushed down to where that's flat, where the twist is. Because you want this sitting as close as you can to it, so you don't have to twist as much. And what I did is I take my fingers between it, and I just squeeze down. And then I take my fingers onto the wire, and I push towards it, and that does it. I've got an idea that I want to do for this, and to help make this easier, and then when I come back with it, I'll show you it. Yep, it's going to make this a lot easier, and it has to do with my husband making me something. So, but yes, I want to start making these and selling them, you know, a couple dollars a piece, you know. They'll be plain, take orders, you know, whichever one you want. It can be made. Yep. So, I see that I got this just a little too long. Oh, what I forgot to do, I apologize, is I take this, before I bend this down, I take this and I twist it twice. And see, it puts a little curve in it, but that's sturdying that up. That's why I say you're going to give it 2 twists. So, and it's just this top part right here that you're going to do. The bottom part, you're not going to twist it. And what I do is I take my flat part of my pliers, my needle nose, and I just push down on it. And there it is, straight again. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and bend that back up. Now we're going to turn it to the side. And now what you're going to do is you can see how far that is away from it. And nobody's going to know the bending in this wire. So you can undo it as much as you want. And then that's where I want it. So I'm going to do the same as I did before. I put my finger here and my thumb in front, and I just push down on the wire, and it molds it to the side. So, and I always take the top wire and pull it down, so that starts to twist. And then I push this up, and holding on to these here is what makes it easier to twist with your fingers. That way you're not having to push really hard and do it. So, then I go down, and I'm going to tighten this up. And you try to get as close enough to it, and I find that it's easier. Now the further you go, it's not going to be this easier to twist the bottom and all that, but it's easier just to spin like that. Okay, and then you have your twist. All right, so I'm going to bend that back down. I'm going to go back up to this one, and there I go. Whoop, get it straight. A little bit more. Okay, and now I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not going to measure it. You can have your rule out and you can measure it, and you can be just as neat with it as you want. And I just twisted it like I showed you before. Now I'm going to turn it. I find myself wanting to turn it like that when I have it long, and I end up smacking me with the wire, because when you do long ones, these wires are like 12 inches long instead of 7, and you position them right, or you're going to end up smacking yourself in the face with them. So that's pretty comical too. But that's why I'm glad you're seeing my hands and not my face. You'll probably hear me say something. So here we go. I am going to split this in half, like I did the first one and the second one, and I'm gonna and then it's not twisted enough, so I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna twist it one more time with my finger and then put it down. Okay, that looks just right. So make sure these are straight. You don't have to be as picky, but I am what do you call it? An overachiever is what I've been called, because I am very precise. Not all the time. And I told them, I said, yeah, whatever. But I just liked to know, quick and calm my hand, that it's, to my likings, that I'm doing a good job. So, and I'm just rambling on. I'm getting better at these videos. So I am. Oh, why they split that for? Okay, and then you just pull it down, and that's what you're gonna do all through it. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish these. I'm not fast forwarding, just to warn you. You'll have to do that yourself if you want to fast forward it. See, I don't think that's wide enough, so I'm gonna take it back out. And I am going to twist it some more. Just a couple more. And I'm gonna down it again. And like I said, you don't have to have it perfectly even, because mine's far from perfectly, but it's pretty close to it. So the ones you've seen were more or less my practice runs, because I hadn't done this in a long time. You want to see something hideous? I'll show you. Now my mom likes it because it reminds her of the crosses we made when we were in Bible camp. And I'll show you that. She had hung ours on the wall forever. And doing, I said, you know, I got to do something with all these stamps and stuff. This is far from done. But, you know, it looks hideous right now. But I love this part and this, but it's the blue and, you know, and then I'm going to, like, put some color to it. But, yeah, it's a card box that you get your cards in from Walmart. And I've got to, you know, finish the sides. So that's one project y'all are going to be seeing. And I'm going to do it. I am going to record why I do it. So rather I'm enjoying this. Now I know why Fiona does it. So, everybody, y'all are some awesome crafters out there. I have learned so much. Okay, now remember, we're going to twist this 2 times. Okay? Let's see if I can get that straight. So, remember this? I did a video on this. And I think it's adorable. I can't put nothing that girly in my house. So, if I have to put something girly like that, it has to be in my craft room. Because my husband has lighthouses in the bedroom, the bathroom, and my porch. He likes lighthouses. We have a nightlight, or yeah, it's a nightlight for outside, and it stands about 2.5 foot tall, and there's a light in it that goes around like the regular lighthouses does. He's got some pretty awesome stuff out there. And then I'm trying to decorate it up, because I got a fish net and some wooden fish. And then I had a yard sale. I got some sailboats and put out there, and put some ivory around it. And the ivory, I'm going to paint blue so it looks like waves of the ocean. And that's what's going to sit underneath. And I just sit here and jabber. I made that way too big. I think, yeah, let's see if that'll work. So, and you can straighten the bottom out too. You know, once you do it, you know, at the end when I get it all done and stuff, I kind of like straighten all the wire out and stuff. And then you can make sure your wire's going straight, you know. Okay, now let's see if this one, that'll work. See, mine aren't perfectly yet. You know, they're not going to be, because that's a little thinner than here. But you know, it's character. Yeah. My little granddaughter's here from Enid, Oklahoma, and she's the only one y'all haven't got to see yet, because you got to see my redhead from my oldest daughter, Taylor. So she's my little red. And then oops, it's got to get a little tighter. She's my crafter. Now Anita is the one that's here for my youngest daughter, and she's here for the summer. So we're pretty stoked on her being here. And this keeps moving, so I'm going to tighten the top one too. Just a little bit. And the bottom one too. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, anyway, and believe it or not, I do this when I'm off camera. I don't talk like this, but yeah, that's not right. Let's gotta redo that. You know. Oh, got one down here. And I just like, there we go. Fingers get a little sore when you first start doing this. Mine do anyway, because I have neuropathy, and anyway, you don't want to hear about this stuff. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and twist this twice. Oh well. Yeah. There we go. Straighten it out so I can make sure it's straight. Okay, now I'm going to have to like twist this just a little more. I enjoy doing this. Crafty Erica too. I have been watching her. She's got some good stuff. She's doing a lot of D. So, I wouldn't have known about her. She wouldn't have subbed me. She is really good. Really good. I like it. I like her a lot. Okay. So go over to her channel and check her out, y'all. And Kim Reed, she does a mean journal, and so does Kelly. Okay, I'm not going to get her last name right. Hold on. Martin, I think. Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Gotta get it. Just watched her last journaling. I'm on my iPad. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Okay. I'll just do it this way. Come back down here. Wow, guys, I got 63 subbies now. Isn't that cool? I'm getting to that 100 mark. Be prepared. We're going to have some fun. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to be talking about a lot of crafters because there's a lot of crafters I like. I'm going to go to the next one. I'm just learning all this computer business, so y'all gotta give me time. How did I miss? Let's see here. Oh, I wish I knew how to do all that stuff. Am I in the wrong one? Oh, yeah. Give me a minute, people. Oh, no, wrong one. Come on. Touchy? Touchy iPad. Touchy iPad. I did not want to go there. You guys probably think I'm a Fruit Loop. It keeps moving on me. There you are. There you go.